Hey everybody, welcome back to Azure Plays More Chrono Trigger. Last time we went to 12,000 BC after defeating the Reptites, discovered what's going on there with how the Queen has pretty much gone mad trying to get the power of lava through the Mammon machine, and we got sealed back in 65 million BC. Basically, we can't really go back to 12,000 BC, which we're trying to figure out a way to do so, and remembered a door that we were able to get into in the Proto Dome. So we're gonna head to the future, which is funny because the door that we remembered in the future was the door that we actually never went to. Ironically enough, believe it or not, it's weird. But yeah, we have access to those doors now using our powered up pendant. We have access to a bunch of things now with our powered up pendant now that I'd actually would like to say that. But what we're actually going to do is we're actually gonna go around a bunch of different places because there's a lot of places we can go. First off, we're actually gonna get to that area that they showed off in that little thing. We're not gonna ride with Johnny this time around. We're actually gonna go through as normal because there's a bunch of encounters in this area that we can kind of just hit them once or twice and get rid of them really quickly. They're not really that big of a deal anymore. We're just gonna kind of auto this and destroy them. Not really that big of a deal. Gonna do meager damage at best. There's a reason why I'm actually going through this area once again. Because once we actually get about halfway through, and we're getting dual techs now I think about it, because we just learned some stuff here. So we learned Red Needle, which is fire and aerial strike between Luca and Frog. That's pretty nice one. But we're actually gonna head over here because right here, of course, we get into an extra battle right over here with these things, which aren't really that big of a deal anymore. We could just, I didn't mean to do that, but you could just wait a second here. We'll wait a second here, we'll wait a second here. There we go. We're gonna use a little bit of lightning on them and get rid of them. So just kind of a little bit of a zappy zap and just kind of destroy them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. We're gonna get extra TP and stuff like that. Not a big deal there, but we're gonna actually grab this. The race recorder. The race recorder actually allows us to, there we go. Allows us to keep track of our bike race score and actually see about getting higher scores and stuff like that. It's kind of neat. Oh, we're almost done here, not a big deal. There's just a couple encounters to get through this area, so we're just gonna go through and attack a couple things and leave. Because we have a couple areas we can go to. We can go to the abandoned sewers, which is our actual destination, what we're gonna do now, but we're actually gonna head to these domes. We're gonna head to the Eris Dome first, because we remember seeing doors in each one of these areas. Problem is that we gotta go through quite a ways in order to actually see all these doors. Not a big deal there, we just kind of go along and head through. Yeah, look, the seeds sprouted, so stuff actually might happen. Looks like there's hope after all. But in this area, what we're going to do is we're gonna go down all the way to where we saw that door before, in the far back right corner, and we get 4 chests, plus a little sparkly. We got a luminous robe, an elixir, an acuity ring, a golden earring, as well as a strength capsule. It's a great haul, right away, great haul. So, the golden earring boosts max HP by 50%. That is kind of ridiculous at this point in the game to have, and it's great depending on who you put it on. I mean, it's nice to have, but sometimes the extra accessory is just better. But we also have the acuity ring, which gives us more accuracy, which is basically more strength for Luca or Marl, respectively, since that's what they focus on. So I think I'm gonna equip it on Marl because it's just better off for her, because Luca is always gonna be getting speed buffs and things like that. But yeah, that is the first door that we can open in this era. So let's head over to the next one in the next dome. We gotta go through Site 16 first though, so it may take a bit. And heading back through Site 16, we can actually reach the Banger Dome. The Banger Dome actually allows us to use the door right over here and open it up as well, which gives us access to 3 different items. An alluring top. Actually, alluring top is actually exclusive to Ayla. It is an accessory. The alluring top boosts its accessory rate of charm. I guess so? But, it's useful, I suppose. High ether as well as a workman's wallet. The workman's wallet is just an accessory that when you have it equipped, it turns experience into gold. So if you're low on money, I guess it's good. But otherwise, no, kind of pointless. But that's all the items in this area. So we have another dome that's just directly south of us that we can go to and check that one out as well. So to the Tran Dome. The Tran Dome still has like that little small area, but they also have a plant that's been growing as well. So there is hope in this area too. They actually had to bring it through Site 16 in order to get the seed. So Yeah, they are putting the work in. So there's definitely a lot of hope for this era yet. So let's actually check out what's behind this door. If there's a door in this era that you don't want to miss, it's this one. Has 2 chests plus another capsule. Has the golden stud as well as the high ether. The high ether not really that special, but you get an extra magic capsule, so there's that. But the golden stud makes it so you use like only 25% of what something costs, which is amazing. It's a great upgrade compared to the silver stud. So if you're using a lot of MP stuff, I would recommend swapping out right away and maybe equipping the silver stud on somebody if you want, so you can kind of balance it out a little bit. If you play in the Arena of the Ages mode on the DS version, you probably have multiples of these if you've been highly focusing on that mode. So a lot of these items are kind of pointless, but it's nice to have in the main game when you don't have that really extra broken feature of the DS version. I'm not knocking it, especially since it's completely optional. You don't even have to bother doing it. But we have the optional area to go to now. So an easy way of getting there, I'm just gonna use the warp back and then just kind of get there really quickly. And we're going to the abandoned sewers. The once optional area is now mandatory.
Eek, outsiders, better report to Crowley.
Unfortunately for Crawley, he's going to have a pretty bad time because I am well over leveled for this area. And now that it's mandatory, even if you have gone through it before, it's still going to be as easy as it was the first time. Technically, it was slightly hard back then because enemies were a little bit over leveled compared to what you were at that point, but it is doable. It's just now it's a much easier time to go through it. There is a sword for Chrono here, ironically, believe it or not, but I have also well outpaced that one, so it's kind of pointless to even bother with it. Technically, you don't have Ayla at this point, but ironically, she does have lines for this area because you might go into this area later because you have to go through this area to progress the story regardless.
There was a bridge here. I saw it, I swear, Ribbit.
What? It got up and walked away, Ribbit. Don't you lie to me. There's nothing here at all, Ribbit.
But it's true, Ribbit.
Someone's coming. Let's scram, Ribbit. Through the sewers we go. I've got a bad feeling about this. And Frog's just like, whatever. It's not really that big of a deal because this place has a lot of things like this cat here. If we click on the cat, it'll be like, meow, and then it'll just like scare people and then it'll bring out more enemies. So pretty much clicking anything in this area will spawn enemies. It's weird like that. But yeah, we just go along. We see that cat constantly staring at us. And we go over here and we see this note. This note is actually special. There's a diary here. The final entry reads as follows. I'm through. I can't take any more of this. The fishmen attack even when I make the slightest noise. I knew things would be like this. I have taken the guillotine any day of the week. I think I'll go off a good loud scream. See how that soggy freaks like that. That note would not exist had I not rescued Fritz way earlier in the game. It's weird like that. You get like a little bit of bonus help if you are nice. It's really weird like that, but all these battles are kind of pointless. And heck, even this save point, you know when you hit a save point, it goes ding? That's noise. So it counts as a battle. You'll get into a battle if you hit that save point. So we're just gonna go along here, see nothing over here. And then we could go through here because we see this little switch. This area is not that bad, honestly, but we're back up here, as you can tell. They're just gonna go along here. And they're here.
Looks like you just have to press this switch and the bridge will extend across, Ribbit.
So switch it on already, Ribbit.
Ribbit!
Can't reach it, Ribbit. And you call yourself a frog, Ribbit. Someone's coming, let's scram, Ribbit. Yeah, they can't really do much because they're frogs, because they're too short. Although I feel like they should be able to hop, no problem. We got a rage band over there, and we see what appears to be.
There's 3 of them, and they're almost here.
Waltzing through the sewers like they own the place, eh? Must have a death wish. We'll teach them a little respect.
Yes, we will.
Just let them come through here. They'll be chopped liver, pulverized. They won't even know what to call them when we're done.
Ha
Bye-bye.
Huh?
it's funny to think he even has a chance. He's like, I'll mash you to goo. The funny thing is, though, he still has... Oh, there it is. That attack right there actually will bring anybody down to 1 HP. It's like the new, how they go before. It's the one attack that almost always nearly kills you. But this fight is as good as... Yeah. Even back then, it isn't that challenging of a fight if you just use your attacks as well. It's a really simple fight. You get really nothing too spectacular from it. And we're pretty much done here already. So, yeah. Let's just kind of cure up, and there we go. We'll just head on through, go a little bit further down. We get into another battle. Some more of the fishmen and those egg things, which you can kind of just get rid of them like easy peasy. There we go, and that'll do it. A little bit further along, another bridge that we go across. We can see a way out over there, or we can head over here and hit this switch in order to bring a path back for us. So we have a quick way back now, and then just like a little bit more enemy fodder over here. Yeah, there's a teeny bit more TB from this. This will take like 2 seconds. 1 dead, and then, come on, there we go, 2 dead. All right, now let's get out of here. And just check over here, see that the bridge is extended, and we're pretty much done. That's it. So, we're gonna go up this ladder right over. I almost called it an elevator. This is the second game I almost called ladder elevators. I don't know why I keep doing that. We finally get to this stretch of land on this lone island. The sewers kind of go underground to this island. We have a big mountain over here, which, yeah, that looks ominous, so let's not touch that. We'll go to where the game's like, oh, hey, where did we see this thing before? We see this big room. Please don't disturb my slumber. Okay, I won't. Go back to bed. All right, so. This room where we technically should have known about it had we gone through the optional area. There doesn't seem to be anybody else here, so let's just head through this door. You who have opened the door. I am Balthazar, the guru of reason, and formerly of the kingdom of Zeal. I was cast into this era by a great disaster which befell our land. Much to my surprise, I have learned that the creature Lavos was not a product of our age, far from it. It seems that the being fell from the sky in a bygone age, burrowing deep into the planet's core. There it began to feed upon its energy, growing ever stronger. Lavos' form was revealed briefly when he summoned forth by a mighty wizard by the name of Magus in the year 600. In the year 1999, Lavos emerged to claim the surface. Now he's taken the place I've named Death Peak as his throne, or nest, as it may well be. His miniature spawn now flow from the mountaintop, an avalanche of death. Lavos is a parasite of gargantuan proportions whose host is the planet itself. So it's a good thing we didn't go on that mountain. Trapped here, I endeavor to continue my study and observation on Lavos, but I believe the end draws near. Maintaining one's sanity is an endeavor in and of self in an age such as this. Endeavor, I fear, may be futile. So before my mind is lost forever, I decided to leave these records and my knowledge behind, along with my greatest invention. Ever did I long to return home and toil endlessly in search of a way, but as I neared the completion of my research, so did I near the end of my days. I've grown old and frail, and so I leave it in your hands, you who have opened the way. Take hold of the reins of time, and let all the people of this planet's past and future join as one. Then, only then, you may be able to stop Lavos. You have little chance of success, but even a little chance is still a chance. You who have opened the door, the fate of the world is in your hands. Open now the final door and claim what awaits you, my last and greatest work. The Wings of Time. The Wings of Time. Let's open this door. The pendant begins to glow. We have a giant ship. This must be Balthazar's invention. This must be it. The Wings of Time. Scared you, didn't I? It's me, Balthazar. I copied my memory into this thing. What do you think? Precious, isn't he? Anyway, there is something I need to explain, namely how to transcend time. Press X to display the time gauge, then select the area you wish to visit. Ah, yes. Hello? Before you go, why don't you give a name to my time machine? the Epic. That's a good name for the time machine. Yes. Well then, hop aboard. Before we do that, let's actually leave the area really quick, because if we head back into here, we see this blinking light, which gives us a magic capsule. Yeah, the news always pass by things and they always have capsules on them, so just keep that in mind. We get an extra magic capsule, head back through the door. And if we talk to Balthazar here one more time, he'll tell us the control is completed, where the X is a time gauge. We can select up and down and then hit A to just board the ship. No big deal there. So let's hop aboard. Take off. So we can select any time in order to go. We can even go to the end of time. We can go to the future, which we can't because we're already there. The Cataclysm will bring us directly to Lavos. Present will bring us to present time. Middle Ages will bring us to 600 AD. Antiquity is 12,000 BC. And prehistory, 65 million BC. Of all these places we could pick. But for now, before we head to Antiquity, we're actually going to head to the present. Look at Chrono, acting like he knows what any of those switches do. We're all right, aren't we? Whoa. The Epic is capable of this? Because what we can do in the present is we could actually start opening up some of these magic sealed chests. That also works with the pendant. So what we're actually going to do is we're gonna head all the way over here. And we're gonna access this vortex by just clicking on here, and we jump right on in. A little weird thing in that you're like jumping to your death, but you kind of just get here really quickly. So going through here, we can actually get all the way over to where the sealed chest is. It should be right around here. Just make our way through. And there it is. We open it up and it gives us a barrier ring. There's something else in here. What in the world? We also get a speed ring. Now that we're done with Hecaron Cave, we're not really done with the present just yet, but we're actually gonna go head back through the present through the end of time because we need to get to Medina Village, and it's a little bit quicker than going through Hecaron Cave, so we can just leave the Epic in the end of time, and we can just get off here. And that'll actually bring us to the lone staircase towards the bottom there. Interesting, so he actually completed his Wings of Time, at the cost of his own life, no less. Why not put those wings to good use and pay a visit to the ancient magic kingdom? Again, he's still pretty much a good guide, like if you haven't really done stuff in a while, so you can just talk to him whenever. But we're gonna head back towards Medina Village, like I just mentioned, because there's a couple things we can get here as well. Well, a couple thing, I should say, out of a couple things. I'll show you in a second. Let me just go through here. It's technically hard to describe. Remember that magic pyramid? We now have access to it. So the forest ruins we go, we head up here. The pendant is glowing. You mean Maro's pendant. Not my pendant, Maro's pendant. Which breaks yet another seal and gives us 2 chests as well as a new. The seal is broken. I will give you a treasure crafted by the Guru of Reason himself. To your right is a weapon which will enhance your strength. To your left is protective gear which will guard your life. Think well and choose whichever you need the most. So we only have a choice between one of these chests. 13,000 years was a very long time. Balthazar, I go to you now. So, 2 chests. One for power and one for defense. The one on our right is the Swallow for Chrono. It's a pretty decent weapon, but we're going to probably outpace it soon anyway. I mean, it's better than what we can get coming up anyway, but it's still nice. And the left chest is the Guardian Helm. As you can tell, I'm kind of lingering over by the Guardian Helm because it's it's a much better item. At least in this case. Again, if you have the Arena of the Ages, you can get both of them, so it kind of makes it not a big deal anymore. But I don't have it, so Guardian Helm it is for me. Because the Guardian Helm is ridiculously awesome. The Guardian Helm reduces physical damage by 1/3. Whoever you put that on is going to enjoy it. So, yeah, let's upgrade Frogs for now. Give him the Guardian Helm. Basically, whoever we have that on, we're probably going to be putting that on our 3rd or our 1st or 2nd. Somebody's going to have it. But yeah, let's get out of here and head back to, not you. Let's get out of here, head back to the residence, and kind of just get back through. Because now we're actually going to be going to the past. Because the next many items on our list actually are going to come from the past. At least they're going to start from the past. So first, let's do the Magic Cave. Magic Cave has the item like almost immediately once you enter the place, so it's pretty nice. We get the magic ring from that. And now to the Elder's house. Not that one. It is the one right over here. And inside the Elder's house, there's these 2 chests. These ones are different from normal magic sealed chests in that when we try to open them, they'll say that it's reacting to the pendant. If you choose no on removing the item, what's going to happen is if we go to these ones in the present time, we actually get an upgraded version of the item. Makes no sense to me, but now that they're kind of magically charged, I should say, they're gonna buff up in a sense. So, we have a couple more to go to, so there's those ones. And the next one that we're worried about is in Truce Inn. So in Truce Inn, it's not over there, it's upstairs. Upstairs, I don't know why I keep thinking it's on the right there, we have a single chest. This box has been handed down for generations. Should you somehow manage to open it, you are welcome to the contents. Yeah, this one gives us a prompt as well. So, knowing that, we say no to it. And we're gonna come back later. And then there's Guardia Forest. Our next magic sealed chest in 600 AD, we're just gonna go right over here. I'm gonna grab this shelter really quick because free shelter is free shelter. All right, we're gonna go around these trees over here and then go all the way to the right where that portal is in the present time. Because over in the past time, it's a magic sealed chest, which this one doesn't give us any weird upgrade nonsense. We just get a speed capsule from it. But we're not done just yet. What we're going to do is we're actually gonna head towards the castle and go into Guardia Castle. Because Guardia Castle has a couple extra things as well. So if we were to head to the King's Tower, which is up this way, all the way over here. So one more. There it is. We click on this one, and this one also is reacting to the pendant. We say no to it, and then we leave. Because now that we did all that, in the present time, when we head to the Mayor's Manor, it's not gonna be downstairs anymore. They actually moved them upstairs for some reason. Over here, we have the 2 chests. They are upgraded versions of the items. So what they were originally was a vest version of the item, and now they're plates. In this case, it's a black plate, and this one here is going to be the white plate. So there's those ones, and now we have the one over in Truce. Because the one in Truce still has that same nose from before, but the blue vest is now the blue plate. And now we have the one in Guardia Castle. Up the same amount of flight of stairs in Guardia Castle on the King's side, we get the red plate. And now that we got all those, we can actually head back to the past and kind of do a weird time paradox and get the unupgraded versions of those items too. And lastly, we're gonna head back to the end of time once more, because this last magic sealed chest, we only can get through the end of time. It's a little weird like that, but in the present time, the warp that we use in Guardia Forest is actually blocked off because they saw us warp through it, and then they're like, oh God, we need to block this. We don't want anybody actually going here. Yeah, it's a little crazy, a little bit dangerous. So the only way to get through it is go back through this gate here. And that allows us to grab the magic chest in this area. Again, yeah, if we go back over here, we notice that, hey, we can't get through. It's not an open glade anymore. It's really not. So we open this one up over here, and it gives us a power ring. So we got a ton of these items. Exactly what are they? We have the Guardian Helm that we opened up, and I already gave that over to Frog. But we got the power ring, which gives us strength +6. The speed ring, speed +3, which will cap out a lot of people. Magic defense +10. Yeah, that's really good. Magic +6. Yeah, we got it. We got a ton of items. But what we're going to do, see with this speed belt here, we can replace that with the speed ring, give Luca a little bit more speed. And we could actually go over to Robo and give him some extra speed as well if we wanted to. bring them up a little bit. But now there's the vests and the plates that I glossed over. I kind of glossed over them because it'd be easier to explain them when I got them all. So, the red, blue, white, and black plates. The plates absorb a specific type of element damage. So red, fire, blue, water, white is light damage, and black is shadow damage. The vests, on the other hand, only absorb 50% of that. So, it's better to have them now because they're way better off than the ruby vests and things like that. We have ways of absorbing multiple elemental type damage. And now it's amazing to have them at this point in the game. But that's pretty much all the magic seal chests that we can get for now. So let's continue on. Let's get back to the epic. And back in 12,000 BC, finally, we are going to sit here. I'm going to swap out my party. I'm going to put Ayla back in because charm is going to be a necessity for me. So we're going to go through and we're going to check out this hut over here, the Terra Cave. This is the only place we can go for now because if we were trying to head back to Zeal, we will find out that it's sealed. So if we climb up this ladder, we will encounter the Earthbound people. Not the Nintendo game. This is Algeti, the village of the Earthbound. We Earthbound ones were banished from Zeal because we were possessed of no magical talents. Want to interest you in some goods? Yes, if we go here, we have a bunch of different things we can get. We can get the Zamato, which is definitely a good upgrade for Chrono because we don't have the Swallow. We have the Comet Bow, which is a good upgrade for Marl. The Mega Blaster, which is a good upgrade for Luca. Megaton Arm, which is a good upgrade for Robo. And the Radiant Blade is actually a good upgrade for Frog, unless you want to do critical hits with the Massive Moon. It's a kind of hard choice, but honestly, getting them better stuff is always nice. But we have the Luminous Robe as well. That's another thing that we picked up. We only got one of them though, so buying 2 more might be useful. We got that, and then we can buy some Radiant Plates if we want. We don't really necessarily need any of them, but the Radiant Helms might be useful, so we can buy like maybe 2 of those. Past that, everything else is pretty much as is. We can just kind of go along and then equip some of that stuff that we got. So we got the Radiant Helms, which is just more defense. So we'll just do that, equip whoever could use some good things and stuff here and there. In the meantime, since you're not in my party, I am actually going to swap you for that, and I'm going to give you the Guardian Helm. There you go. And what we're going to do is I'm actually going to equip you with, I'm going to put the red plate on you, kind of give you the blue plate. That'd be nice just to have that going on. And you kind of have this, so you are, you're okay there. It's not really a big deal. I could give you the red vest if I wanted to, which is nice, but you kind of lose out on that speed buff, which you do have the speed ring, so technically you're fine, but either way, you're okay. I can kind of just have you absorb the damage or whatever. Either way, I can give you the vest. It's not really necessary per se, but I could give you this one as well. I'm just going to stick with the Taven's vest. We're good there. In the meantime, we're going to give you the Zamato, which does a little bit more damage there. You can't really equip anything, but you got the Mega Blaster. You got the Megaton Arm. You can equip the Radiant Blade, which it's better, so you can technically get rid of that and then kind of switch this out for something better if you want. So I'm just going to stick with that for now. Equip you with the Comet Bow, and then we're good there. There we go. We're all set there. Many inhabitants of this land were taken to build the Ocean Palace, and none were ever seen again. It's basically using the non-magical people as slaves. Yeah, I don't like that idea. The Queen has installed the Memory Machine in the Ocean Palace in an attempt to absorb Lavos' energy. But is there not peril in such a thing? The Guru of Life said as much, but only led her to imprison him upon the Mountain of Woe. I fear there's little we can do. So yeah, crazy cuckoo lady is basically saying, let's absorb Lavos' energy by putting it really close, and then upsetting him somehow, you know. The upsetting part she doesn't really care about, apparently. The Guru of Life said that young Lord Janus possessed power within him exceeding even that of Lady Shala. But then the Queen lost her mind, and the young Lord grew to hate that power and all the suffering it caused Lady Shala. Now he hides it, denies it, and shuts it from his thoughts. So Janus is a stronger magic user than we are led to believe. Hi, kid. Mud Beast Den is dangerous. You shouldn't employ around there. I hate doing voices like that. The tunnel connects to the Mud Beast Den, and beyond the mouth of the den lies the great chain that anchors the Mountain of Woe to the earth, which is where we're actually supposed to be going to free Melchior. The Guru of Life voiced opposition to the Queen's plan, and so he was banished to the Mountain of Woe. Well, we need to find a way to get there, but first, let's head over into here, because this one here has an inn. Would you like the rest here for the night? Do I need to? Yes, I do, actually. It's free, so I might as well just get that MP back. Wow, they didn't even give him sleeping animation. They just had him facing different directions there. In times past, the enlightened ones and we earthbound ones lived as one. Well, and then things happened, so yeah, we're not there anymore. So, let's grab this down here, this strength capsule. Obvious strength capsule, anyway. We're gonna actually use one of those on Chrono, one of those on Ayla. There we go. Speed capsule, I'm actually going to kind of save that for Robo. So let me swap to Robo really quick. There we go. And then give him that speed capsule. There we go. That should help his speed a lot more. There we go. Swap back over to Luca. Actually, yeah, I'm fine. I'll go with that. So, this is the Mud Beast Den, the very dangerous area. The Mud Beasts, it's not really that big of a deal. They're pretty mid. All you gotta do is just attack them. They get their attack raised, but they eventually just die. They're not really anything special. We can charm some of the items that we bought at the shop if we really wanted to, but we really, I don't care. I already bought everything already. That yellow glow that you see around Ayla is actually the Guardian Helm doing the 1/3 reduced damage. So they always have like a guard pose going on. It's kind of a little neat touch, but it can get a tad annoying if you're not really too happy with how the fact that the animations are just now that always. A little annoying, but we have another set right over here. Left on auto, whoops. Sometimes auto is a little bit of a hassle, but yeah, I'm gonna do a teeny little bit extra damage. There we go. And then I'm just gonna wait a teeny bit. There we go. They should line up for me. Perfect. And we're gonna go for a Falcon Strike. And since they're right next to each other, we can hit them with a napalm. If they don't die from that. All right, and grenade. And it's down. Thank you. And now up here, we have special mud beasts. We have a blue and a red one. You can tell what their weaknesses are. They're pretty much against each other. You're not getting through here. Yeah, we have a boss to deal with. So what we're actually gonna start off with, we're gonna start off with Charm because they have stuff we can steal. And in the meantime, I am going to use Fire Sword on the blue one because that's its weakness. There you go, I got a speed capsule from the imp. And if we steal from the red one, we get an elixir. So that's not really a big deal there. I don't really care too much about that one. I do care about stealing from the blue one though. So let me do that really quick. Get another charm off on that one. Hopefully I can actually steal it. And in the meantime, I'm going to do another Fire Sword so I can do more damage to it. There we go, we got the Mermaid Helm. All right, let's do some more damage there. It's gonna attack Chrono, which I probably should help him out a little bit, give him a little bit of a protect. So, okay. If it lets me, come on. Come on. Come on. All right, let me revive Chrono then. That was kind of annoying. Let's see. Being in water. And then I'm going to use a high potion on Chrono. Thank you. I should bring him up to snuff again. All right, the mud imp sits there and throws rocks at the other ones in order for them to actually, it like commands it that way. It's a little bit annoying, but I'm gonna boulder toss the blue one and I'm gonna Fire Sword it. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to get rid of them as soon as possible. In this case, water or ice is effective against the red one and fire is effective against the blue one. And then the mud imp is pretty much just use your dual text on them and you'll go down. So depending on who you have in your party, in this case with Luca, I have Fire Sword. If I have Maro on my party, I could use Ice Sword on the red one. I could use the water stuff as well with Frog. And then Robo, I'd just be doing physical. Robo, in this case, isn't really the best option for this boss battle. So we're just gonna kind of sit there and keep, please don't, oh. Okay. I guess I'll just cast Protect on Chrono while he's sleeping. Because otherwise, I'm just pretty much just doing physical damage at this point because I can't really do I can't do Ice Sword right now. But I can do Fire Sword, which isn't really too useful, so Falcon Strike will be fine. And in the meantime, we're going to use a grenade on the Mud Imp because there's not really too much I can do with Luca at this point. She's kind of a third wheel. Unfortunately, with this party lineup, I don't really have the weakness for the red one. And let's see. Okay, I don't do enough damage. Luca doesn't do enough damage to the Mud Beast Imp, which will just heal itself. It's a little annoying, but maybe it'll just like a slight error. Maybe it might do more if I try it again, I don't know. Either way, I'm pretty much gonna have to just do Falcon Strike again and again and again in order to get rid of the red one. There's not really too much I could do there. It's just pretty much the way that it is. The only reason that I'm having that issue is because I have Ayla for the charm ability. Otherwise, I probably would have Marl in this fight as well, just so I can cover both my bases. But getting the mermaid helm was a little bit more worth it. Just have a slightly longer battle. Either way, not really too big of a deal. Come on, there we go. I am going to do boulder toss, and you are just gonna hit this one, and I gotta wait for Chrono. Boulder toss will do 723. That's not bad. There we go. Do some damage to the imp. Okay, I'm definitely not getting the damage I want from the napalm. That's unfortunate. So Luca is now just entirely pointless for this battle because I'm pretty much just gonna focus on having them just do the damage when they can do it. And yeah, what else can I do with Luca? Not really too much. I can do healing, I guess. Yeah, I'll just do the healing. All right, this is fine. Just you do something at some point. I'm just not sure what I want you to do. At this point, you are not really too helpful. Just use a mid potion. Let's see. Yeah, why not? That should do. All right, that one's down. Now all we really gotta do is worry about the mud imp. And this fight is pretty much in the bag at this point, so we're just gonna sit there and wreck it. Let's hit it with whatever we can. All right, you definitely can't heal past that, so that's good. So we'll just do a little bit more damage. Okay, that's fine. I guess Luca's just gonna sit on the sidelines because Luca can't really do much better than the healing. So, in the meantime, we're just gonna wait a little bit more for the Thunder Chomp. And then you just sit here. Can't really do much with you at the moment. Fight's over anyway. I pretty much did more than enough damage to get rid of it really quickly. Bye-bye, there it goes. All right, so the mermaid helm that we got gives us half water damage. And it's better than what we have, so yeah, we can just kind of equip that if we want. We just kind of pop that on there, so we kind of Zor fire and then half water. Yeah, we're definitely doing good on that front. So we are going to climb this chain that's attached to this vine. It doesn't really look much like a chain, but I mean, if you look at it closely, it's attached to the Earth, which attaches the mountain to the planet. I have no idea how that works, but next time on Azure Plays more Chrono Trigger, we're going to head up this chain and see about freeing Melchior. I'll see you all then.